Good morning. Today is Monday, May 18th, 2020, and on this day in history, in the year 1920, this year is 2020, 1920. Can you figure out exactly how many years ago that is? You might be able to do it pretty quickly. So on this day in history, in the year 1920, Pope John Paul II was born in Poland. Pope John Paul II was one of the popes of the Catholic Church, who is considered the leader of the Catholic Church all over the world. And he is known for working against communism in countries and in Europe. And he's a pretty famous pope. He traveled all over the world. So he was born on this day in history in the year 1920. Our word part of the day, instead of a Latin root, today it is a Greek root. And that Greek root is path. P-A-T-H. Path means feel. So for example, empathy. You can see the root path is right in the center of the word. Empathy means when you take on someone else's feelings, or you understand how they're feeling, or you feel for them. Apathy, A, is a prefix that means without, or the opposite of. So apathy means lacking feelings, or not having feelings towards something. And pathetic, I think we know what type of feeling that is. So we have the word part, or the Greek root path, right in the beginning of that word. Sometimes roots can be in the middle of the word or in the front of a word. It doesn't always have to be one way or the other. My question for you today is, would you rather live next to a theme park or next to a zoo? Would you rather live next to a theme park or next to a zoo? As long as it was a zoo that was working to help sick animals and for conservation reasons, I think I would want to live next to a zoo as opposed to a theme park for noise levels, because I think I'd rather hear birds chirping and elephants making their noise. I don't know what that's called. Does that have a sound? Can someone tell me if that has a sound? Does that have a name for the sound that elephants make? Is there a sound? Is there a name for that? Can you let me know? I'd rather hear that than a bunch of screaming people on roller coasters and stuff. So I personally would rather live next to a zoo, but what would you rather? And try to support your answer with examples and reasons. I have a joke of the day for you. My joke of the day is, what do elves learn in school? What do elves learn in school? The alphabet. Alphabet, get it? So that joke is a pun, and a pun is a play on words. So instead of alphabet, it's elf-a-bet. That's called a pun. It's also hilarious, so there's that. And let's see, I did that. Wonder Precept. So today is May 18th. Let's see what we have for our Wonder Precept today. The precept is from John Lennon. He was in the band The Beatles. It says, "All we are saying is give peace a chance." I'll read that to you again. All we are saying is give peace a chance. So John Lennon is considered kind of, sometimes they call people that are against war and always want peace, sometimes they call them hippies. He was kind of a hippie. But I interpret this quote as meaning that all that people are wanting is that we just try peace before we try conflict or fighting or anything like that. But interpret that however you may. All we are saying is give peace a chance. And I believe that's everything. So we will close with our story piece. All right. We have a tent and the world. So do a one-sentence story tell starting with one of these objects or topics or introductions, and have each person say the next line in the story and go around until you have a complete story. Focus on your story elements, so introduce characters, a problem, a solution, and try to have the problem solved by the end of the story. I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time, it's Miss G. See you soon.